Flying in 2025, thinking your bag is good to go. Well, the TSA might not agree, because what I'm about to show you could be the difference between a smooth trip and a travel disaster. Stick around or risk getting busted at the gate. Let's start with a scenario I think we've all experienced. You're at the airport, feeling confident. You zipped up your carry-on, strutted past security like a travel pro, and just as you're about to board, the gate agent gives you the look. You know the one. The "we need to talk about your bag" look. Suddenly, you're sweating like you're smuggling a chainsaw. Turns out, TSA's rules have changed again. And if you're not up to speed with 2025's new carry-on restrictions, you might be in for a nasty surprise. So, what's different this year? Well, for starters, size still matters. But not in the way you think. In 2024, most airlines gave you that 2214 by 9-inch limit. But in 2025, several carriers are tightening the leash. TSA isn't just eyeballing your bag anymore. They're pulling out measuring devices like it's a science experiment. If your bag is bulging just half an inch because you packed an extra hoodie, busted. You might as well be trying to sneak a watermelon through security in a fanny pack. And no, sitting on your bag like you're in a wrestling match won't help either. They're onto that trick. Don't ask me how I know, but here's where things get even sneakier. TSA isn't just looking at your bag's dimensions anymore. They're starting to care about what kind of bag you have. That trendy hardshell spinner you got on sale last Christmas might be a red flag. Some newer models with built-in battery packs for charging your devices are now on the naughty list, unless the batteries are removable. Yep, if your bag has a non-removable lithium battery, even if you never used it, TSA may reject it right at the checkpoint. If you think that's harsh, wait until you hear this next one. Smart bags with GPS tracking? They're fantastic, until they're not. Some newer models are getting flagged because they constantly emit signals. And guess what? That interferes with flight equipment. If your bag talks too much, it's grounded. Kind of like your chatty seatmate who thinks 6 a.m. is the perfect time to discuss crypto. Now, let's talk pockets. TSA doesn't technically ban bags with lots of compartments. But if your carry-on looks like it was designed by Batman, with hidden flaps, false bottoms, secret zippers, you might get pulled aside. The agent will unzip something and suddenly you're on an impromptu episode of Border Security What's in This Pocket. And don't get me started on those expandable zippers. Yes, they're magical. Yes, they let you fit your entire closet into one bag. But when expanded, many bags cross the size limit without you even realizing it. And TSA? They measure expanded, not intent to expand. They don't care that it only looks big because of your travel pillow stuffed in there, like it's hiding from customs. And here's something you probably didn't know, but it's one of the top reasons bags get rejected now. It's the material. Some newer eco-friendly or recycled materials, while trendy and great for the planet, can't be scanned properly by certain airport scanners. The distractions. That means TSA has to open your bag for manual inspection every single time. It's like you're asking for trouble, and a 20-minute delay just because your bag used to be a milk jug. Let that sink in. Your carry-on might be too sustainable to fly. And what I'm about to tell you next might blow your mind. Collapsible bags, like those foldable duffels everyone swears by on TikTok? TSA agents hate them. Why? Because once they're full, they become shapeless blobs. They sag into weird dimensions, don't stack well, and can trigger the dreaded "this doesn't fit in the sizer" conversation. And speaking of sizes, don't trust them. Some airports have different versions of the same airline's carry-on sizer. You could fit your bag in one at home, but it might fail the one at the gate. That's like winning the practice round and still getting benched in the finals. Now I know what you're thinking. Okay, so what can I bring? And that's the thing, the TSA hasn't exactly made this simple. Different airlines, different airports, and even different gates within the same terminal can apply the rules differently. And here's the kicker. They're now starting to enforce weight limits in more locations. That's right. It's not just about size anymore. In some US airports, especially on international flights, they'll weigh your carry-on. And if you're over the limit, congratulations, you just paid $75 to check your protein powder and neck pillow. Weight limits are becoming a real thing now. In 2025, more airlines, especially budget and international carriers, are weighing carry-ons at the gate, not just check-in. That's right. You could breeze through security, pass the size check, and still get stopped because your bag weighs more than your dog. Some airlines are capping carry-on weight at just 15 pounds, 7 kilos, and that includes the bag and what's inside. So that souvenir brick you packed from Italy might cost you more than your flight. Moral of the story, weigh your bag at home or prepare to open it in public. But wait, it gets better, or worse. Depends how you look at it. Handles and wheels are now included in some size measurements. So that extra inch your wheels add, that's not extra anymore. That's disqualified. And if your bag has exterior straps or hooks, you're flirting with danger. TSA's view is, if it sticks out, it counts. So by now, you might be wondering, why is all this happening? Well, part of it is security. Sure. But another big part? Overhead bin space. Airlines are done playing Tetris with our oversized bags. They're cracking down, and they're working with TSA to enforce the rules before you even reach the gate. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate one underrated truth. Backpacks are the real most valuable players in 2025. Flexible, scannable, no wheels, no batteries. Unless you're the person who brings a camping backpack with a solar panel and hiking poles, you're probably in the clear. Also, remember when personal item meant tiny purse? Now everyone's pushing it. People are walking on with personal items the size of microwaves, hoping no one notices. TSA notices. Here's a little tip. If your personal item has a handle, wheels, and its own flight plan, it's not a personal item. So how do you avoid getting busted in 2025? Honestly, it's all about playing it smart. Know your airline's current limits. Don't assume your bag from 2019 still qualifies just because it did back in the day. It's not your loyal friend anymore. It's a liability with zippers. Oh, and while we're on it, don't try to bribe your bag through by acting friendly to the agent. They've heard every excuse. It fit last time. It's only clothes. It's a carry-on vibe. TSA doesn't care about vibes. TSA cares about rules. So what's the move? Here's what savvy travelers are doing in 2025. Using soft shell bags with a built-in tape measure. Yes, that's a thing now. Choosing models with detachable tech components, especially batteries. Going for lighter materials that scan cleanly. And avoiding those clever hidden compartments that scream, "Search me." Because, let's face it, the only surprise you want while traveling is an upgrade to first class. Not a TSA pat-down because your bag was too mysterious. Now, if you're wondering what kind of bag actually gets the TSA stamp of approval in 2025, here's the good news. You've got options. Stick to soft-sided carry-ons. They're flexible, lighter, and way more forgiving in those airport sizes. Look for bags made of ballistic nylon or ripstop polyester, materials that are durable but still scan clean. Want wheels? Go with low-profile inline skate wheels rather than bulky spinners. As for trusted brands, Samsonite keeps things safe and simple. Away offers models with removable batteries, and Travel Pro has long been a favourite among flight crews for a reason. It just works. Also, don't sleep on minimalist backpacks like those from Nomadic or Air. Perfect as a personal item with just the right mix of structure and style. The key? Keep it light, low-tech, and TSA-friendly. That's your golden trio. So, are you ready to fly smarter in 2025? Now you know what to avoid, your future self will thank you at security. Just remember, travel light, travel right, and don't let your bag ruin your trip. And hey, if all else fails, just bring a fanny pack and call it minimalist living. See you in the skies.